Okay, so here I have the Hourglass Primer and the Hourglass Setting Spray. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit of that primer and I'm going to put it on my hand first. That way I'm just not placing it on my face and getting too much. I'm just going to take a little from my hand and place it around my face. Once I get it on my face, I'm just going to go ahead and rub it in and prep my face for foundation and all the other things that I'm going to be putting on my face. So I'm just going to put a little chapstick on my lips right now because they're looking a little dry. So I'm just going to take the Vaseline chapstick and put it on my lips. So here I'm going to use my Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This is in the color Mazzelin Pastel. Now this color is supposed to be like for universal skin tones, and it's supposed to like help color correct um, your skin. So I'm just opening it up. This is my first time using it. Hopefully it does what it's supposed to and help kind of correct some of those dark places on my face. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take the container and I'm just going to do one tap into the top. So I'm just going to take the end of a makeup brush and I'm just mixing it together, mixing the different colors together. So now that I have the colors mixed together, I am going to go into my Sigma brush kit and I'm going to get this fluffy brush. This is the Sigma F30 brush. So now I'm just tapping the brush into the top and I'm just going to lightly dust my face with the powder. So I'm doing this step before foundation just because this is a color correcting powder. So I want to try to color correct underneath before I put the foundation on. And also it'll help the foundation last longer. Okay, so this is the Dior Air Flash foundation. This is my first time using this foundation and my first time using like a spray foundation. So I was really excited to try this out. So now I'm going to take the foundation and I'm going to spray it on my beauty blender and dab it onto my face. Now this isn't a full coverage foundation. It's really light. So I did about 2 to 3 layers of the foundation onto my face. Even with doing 2 or 3 layers, it still felt really light. It felt like I didn't have anything on my skin. So that was really a plus. Now, I don't know if you can tell like I can, but if you look on the left side of my face and the right side of my face, you can see the difference in the under eye area. It looks darker on the left versus the right side. So I feel like the powder, I feel like it did its job. I mean, I'm not going to have to put concealer to conceal the under eye, the darkness under my eyes. I can just put it on, just for highlighting under. But you can clearly see the difference in the left side and the right side under my eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to use these concealers from BH Cosmetics. They are in the color 117 and 124. 117 being the lightest, 124 the darkest. So I'm going to take that 117 and I'm going to highlight with this color. My video actually kind of cut when I was highlighting, but I did place it under my eyes, down my nose, cupid's bow, chin area, and in the middle of my forehead. Okay, so here I am just blending out the concealer that I put on my face. And I actually realized I didn't put it on my nose just yet. So I had just put it under my eyes, cupid's bow, chin, and my forehead area, or in the middle of my forehead. So I'm just blending that out here. So now that I'm done blending out the concealer, I am going to go back into my Sigma brush kit and I am going to grab the Tapered Face F25 brush. Okay, so now I am going to go in with my Givenchy powder. This is also a Prism Libre powder, except this one is in the color Organza Caramel. This is more closer to my skin tone. So I'm going to do 2 taps into the top, and I'm going to mix it together with the end of the brush. So I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to set all of the areas that I just placed the concealer on my face. Now that I've set all of the concealer on my face, I'm going to go in with the 124 color and I'm going to contour with this color. Now, as you can see, I'm just placing this concealer right at the top of where my cheekbone starts. And I'm placing it across the top to kind of diminish like the forehead area. And I'm also going along the bottom of my jaw all the way across to the other side to give my face a more of a like slimmer look. I'm also going to place a little bit of this concealer um, around my nose area just to kind of give my nose a contoured look. So now I'm going to take this Sigma Curve Kabuki brush. This is the F83 brush. And I like to contour with this brush because as you can see, it has like a curved edge. And you can place one side down and use the other side to kind of come behind you and help you blend out that contour. So normally I use this brush to completely blend out the contour on my face, but today I'm going to do something a little different. Today I'm just going to use the brush to kind of place it in the areas that I want to. So as you can see here, I'm just dragging it down my cheek and placing it in the hollows of my cheek of where I want it to actually be blended and just kind of spreading out the concealer. So now that I got the product where I want it, I'm actually going to take like this dense brush. I'm not sure of the brand. I believe I just got it off Amazon. I just had it for a while. But I'm just going to use this brush to buff in that product into my face. Like the tones that I use, I was going for like a bronzy, like summer tan type look. So I decided like maybe buffing it in would probably be better than just tapping it in with the brush. That way, I feel like it made the colors pop a little more versus just blending right into my skin. So here, I'm just going to take a smaller brush. I'm not sure of this brand name either. Um, but I'm going to use, it's really like an eyeshadow brush, but I'm just going to use this brush to blend out the contour on my nose. And I'm bringing it up right under my eyebrow because going right there, going up that curve, it really makes a difference in whether you see like the contour on your nose. Like that really brings it out. So I always bring it up under my eyebrow. So now I'm going to take that color that I used earlier to highlight my face. And I'm just going to place a few drops down the center of my nose. And I'm going to blend that out with the Beauty Blender. Okay, now that I have that blended in, I'm just going to take the brush that I used earlier and I'm just going to just blend those two together. So here I'm just taking that same tapered brush that I used earlier to set the concealer under my eyes, my forehead, and chin. And I just used that to set the concealer on my nose. I didn't add any more powder to it. I just used what was left over on there. Now onto my eyebrows. I'm going to be using this Eben 24-hour eyebrow color gel. And honestly, I got this from the beauty supply, and I actually bought it because I thought it was eyebrow tint for some reason, but it's not. But it has become my favorite eyebrow gel to use. So I placed some on the back of my hand, and I'm just using like a regular slanted angled brush with the spoolie on the end. And I'm just brushing my brows out right now. The reason I put it on the back of my hand instead of applying it to the brush or to my eyebrows directly, it dries pretty quickly. So whenever I start placing it on my brows, I make sure that I have the right amount on there first because it's kind of hard to kind of blend it out once it starts drying down on your eyebrows. So I want to say you have to be precise, but you have to be pretty precise using this because it will dry down and it'll make it a little harder to um, to blend out. Now, of course, you could probably put a little spray on there and soften it up. That'll help, but I like to do it this way. And it helps me with my brows too. It makes me be more precise instead of using concealer to correct mistakes. So now that I'm finishing up on my brows, I'm going to move on to eyeliner. I am going to go back into my Sigma brush kit and I'm going to use the small eyeliner brush. This is the E10 brush. And I'm going to use this with my ABH eyeliner. So I'm placing the eyeliner right along my waterline. And I also like to go right up into the corner, the inner corner of my eye, and take the eyeliner up that way. So now I'm going to go back to my eyebrows. And this time I'm going to use the Sigma flat liner brush in E15. And I'm going to use this brush to clean up my brows. I'm using the lighter concealer that I used earlier. And I'm just going to take that with the brush. So I'm just going to take that and place it on my hand. And I'm just going to dab the brush in it just so it can be even on the brush. And I'm just going to go in and clean my brows up. Now moving on to my lashes, I'm going to use the Tarte Surfer Curl. And I'm just going to give my lashes like a coat or two just so they can kind of curl upward. So when I do put on my false lashes, they'll blend in better. So now I'm going to take this Fenty Beauty powder. This is in the color Honey. And I did place powder on my face before in the highlighted areas. But I'm taking this powder. Sorry, I'm taking this powder. And I'm placing it in those areas where I placed the powder before, where I highlighted. I'm doing this because the powder before was more so like a light dusting, just so the areas wouldn't crease. So now I'm tapping this powder into my skin to more so set the under eyes and the other highlighted areas. Okay, so now I'm going to move into my blush. I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Glow Oil Lip and Cheek Tint. This is in the color Flare. It's like an orangish peachy color. I'm smiling because I want to make sure that I get the blush right on the apples of my cheek. Once I get it where I want, I'm just going to take a blush brush and I'm just going to blend it out onto my cheek. I really like the Milk Makeup lip and glow oil because you can use it as a blush and you can use it as a lipstick, and it's really sheer and it just gives you like just the right amount of color. So now I'm gonna get my lashes prepped. I'm gonna use lashes from Get Lash ATL, and I'm gonna use the style Kitty Cat. I haven't worn these ones yet, so I'm just gonna trim them down a little bit so it'll fit my eye better. So because I bought 3 pairs of lashes, I got a little discount and it also came with the lash glue. Now this lash glue is from the brand, and I've noticed that it works a lot better with the lashes versus the duo glue that I normally use. So right now I'm just placing the glue on the lash band. So while I'm waiting for the lashes to dry, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Hourglass Veil Setting Spray. So I went ahead and put my lashes on out off camera, and this is what they look like. Um, I also actually realized that I forgot to set my face before I set it with the setting spray. So I'm just gonna take the Prism Libre powder, the Organza caramel, and just do a little tap. And I'm just gonna lightly dust my face with that powder. And then I'm gonna go back in with the Hourglass Veil setting spray and just reset my face with the spray again. So normally I always do my highlight last because I don't want it diminished by the powder or the setting spray. So I'm gonna go in with the ABH Liquid Glow highlight. So I placed the highlight on my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, my chin, and up on the sides of my forehead. I actually wanted it a little bit more intense, so I went in with the ABH Glow Kit palette, and I added a little more highlight on top of that highlight. So I didn't actually do anything special with this highlighter. I just applied this powder highlight over the top of where I already applied the liquid highlighter. I applied it with a denser brush, and then I blended it out with a looser brush. Now I'm moving to my lips, and before I put anything on my lips, I'm just trying to get that makeup off of my lips so it won't blend in or mess up what I'm putting on my lips. So I couldn't find my brown liner, so I'm actually just using the Brow MVP from Fenty Beauty. This is in the color black brown. So I'm just going to use this to line my lips for now because I'm not sure where I put the other one. And I just kept it real simple for the lips. I'm using this e.l.f. lip lacquer. It's just a clear gloss. And I just popped it over the top of that liner. And this, guys, is my final look. I really like the products that I use today. Like all of the products that I use on my face, especially the higher end products, they were really light. They're really good quality. It doesn't even feel like I have as much powder and products on my face. So I probably will be investing more into higher end products. I really like this look. I really like how it came out. I really love how the products feel on my face, how they sat on my face. I wore the makeup all day, barely had any shine, and it's just I love it. So thank you guys for sticking around, watching my video, like and subscribe. Thank you so much.